is Heidi, and this is Heidi's Homemade, and this is Flosstube. So, I believe we are on episode 16 now, and I did an episode about a week ago of some stash that's our haul that I had because I needed to get it put away, and it is all up there now on my shelf and put away. So today I actually have quite a bit of stuff to show, even though I just showed you all that haul. I don't have haul today. I showed you all that, and I am still waiting for um, one thing to come in, so that will be on my next floss tube. But as of right now, that's the only thing I have coming in or am planning on getting. Um, who knows? Who knows? But that's the only thing I have right now. Other than I did take my surviving sewing machine, um, so um, and to have it serviced so that I'll be able to use that and do some more finishing because there's definitely some that I want to do like a pillow finish of, and there's some that I actually want to finish into like a project bag. So I took my sewing machine in to have it serviced so that I'll be able to actually use it. Um, I say surviving because in case you haven't seen my previous videos, I had a storage unit that I had two of my sewing machines. I have three total. I had four, but I gave one away about a year ago. So I had three sewing machines, and two of which were in my storage unit that about back in December caught fire and burned down the entire building, the entire storage unit building. I was notified about it, and I am still working with the insurance company to get something back from that. But all of my crafting stuff, other than what you see behind me, was in the storage unit, and so all of my quilting supplies and all that stuff is gone. I had to go and get new scissors, and I had to get new pinking shears and a couple other things that I would have had at least three of in my storage unit. But yeah, all that stuff is gone. So I took my surviving sewing machine that I had still sitting in my apartment. It was in the closet by the entrance door of my apartment. It has been sitting there waiting to be taken to get serviced since I moved into my apartment 2 years ago. So I finally did it. I was putting it off. It's my most expensive sewing machine, or my only sewing machine now. But it was my most expensive sewing machine. I think I paid like $1,000 for it when I first bought it. And I had I had other ones that were lower grade that worked just fine for what I needed them for. So I was using those, and then when I put everything away, I put those into the storage unit, blah, blah, blah. And so I was putting it off because I knew it was going to be expensive to have it serviced. It's going to be like $150. I'm so glad that I never took any of my other sewing machines to get serviced because it wouldn't have been worth it. It would have been honestly more practical to just buy a new sewing machine because my other ones that worked just fine were like $250, $300 sewing machines, and I'm not going to pay half the price of a sewing machine to have it serviced. But this one I think was worth it because it was originally, like I said, I paid about $1,000 for it originally, so I thought $150 really isn't too bad, and it's one of those really nice sewing machines. It has all the different stitch features and everything. I need to figure out if I still have the plaque thing that tells me what numbers are for each stitch. If not, I might have to see about trying to get that replaced. I'm not sure how to go about that, but that's future Heidi problem. Today I have a lot to show you. Like I said, and I just talked for like 5 minutes about a sewing machine. So I have some fully finished. I have some finished. I have some whips. I have some new starts, and I have some plans. So I've got a little bit of everything other than haul to show you guys. So let's stop talking about a sewing machine and let's start talking about some finishes. Okay, so I have 3 fully finished ones to show you. I have shown these on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen these, but I'm going to show them to you here. So this guy, I just finished him. And this one I started and I finished since the last time I talked to you guys. Oh, not the last time. The last time I talked to you guys was about a week ago when I showed you my haul. I had already done this one at that point. But this one I started one night while I was working on schoolwork, and I finished it the next day while I was working on schoolwork. So I think that he came out pretty good. He's cute. He's just a little, or maybe it's a she. I don't know. It's a little bird. I'll move him over here though, and I'll move him closer. So this was one of those free kits that you get with like the magazine subscriptions, and it's, I don't even know. I don't even know what magazine subscription that it was from, but I have like a drawer full of these little things. He was supposed to be a card. It came with like a little card with like a cutout, but I knew I wasn't going to use it as a card, so I decided just to stitch it up because I thought it was cute and I thought it would be kind of a cute spring Valentine type of thing. Um, and it literally took me a few hours, really, when it comes down to it, just to stitch this one up. And I thought it was cute and it was easy. This is why I had to buy pinking shears, because in order for it to fit the way I wanted it to fit and how I wanted to hang it, I had the only thing that I could think of was to pink it so that it wouldn't ravel and I wouldn't have to do much to it. So basically, I just used, excuse me, I've been talking all morning for work, so coffee's good. Okay, so I used just a piece of sticky board and I hot glued that onto, this is a wood pallet from the dollar store that I stained and put a ribbon on to hang. So I think he came out pretty cute. I mean, the whole thing cost like $1. Oops, this way. The whole thing cost like $1, and I think that it came out really cute. So there's that. Okay, anyway, moving on. So that is fully finished number 1. My next one I'm going to show you, and this isn't in any particular order really. This one is, did I finish this last time? I'm not sure. I just finished this. If I didn't show you guys this the last time, then I finished it since my last video, so since video number 14, because 15 was the haul. So if I didn't show it to you on 14, then I finished it since then and fully finished it. Actually, I think I did finish and fully finish it since I saw you guys last. So this one is Hocus Pocus from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It was their I want to say it was like their September subscription box. It's a box that they did with Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this is the Autumn Lane Stitchery design. Excuse me, design. And so it was kind of a roundish kind of pattern. And so I thought that the way that this finished on this board, so this board is from Hobby Lobby. It has words on it, which is why it's slightly off center, if you can see that. The boyfriend that was like the first thing he said is like, why is it not centered? Well, it's because I was hiding the words. And so yeah, I used sticky board, and I used the oh my god, I can't even, the cinching method. I'm like, I can't even think right now. The cinching method is what I used. So and then I did like a messy ribbon on top with this little hat because I thought it looked cute with this, and then a little spider because there's little holes here and here where it's supposed to hang like this. So I wanted to cover those little holes, but I don't like a lot of stuff on it, but I thought that this was cute, and there's still like a little hole that I can use to like hang it on the wall. So I thought that that came out pretty cute. Okay, so that is fully finished number 2, and the next one is this little guy. This tray is from the dollar store as well. I have like a bunch of dollar store stuff. I was in like a crafting stuff from the dollar store like phase. When I was a manager for Michael's, I was asked a lot of questions about how to make things, how to do things. So I would try things on my own and like using this type of stuff. So I could be like, oh yeah, you could do this and do this and do this. And anyway, so I have a lot of stuff from like the dollar store. So I'm like, how can I incorporate some of the stuff I already have into fully finished stuff for my cross stitch? So there we are. So this is Baking Spirits Bright, and this one is from, I have it right here. This one is from Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2022. So this is I printed out the pattern, and this is my version. And I used, because I wanted him to stick out just a little bit, so I used sticky foam board to put it on, and then I mounted it inside of the little tray that I stained, and I have my little flat ribbon up here, which I thought was super cute. It's sort of like the one that Vanna does, but it's not. I did it differently. I did a weird combination of stuff. So it's sort of like the one she uses, but it's not. But I think that it came out really cute. And the reason why I didn't use it the way that she did it is because it's like a polka dot one, and the way that she presents it, it wouldn't have worked the way that I wanted it to look because it is polka dotted on one side. But I thought that it was super cute the way that it did come out. And I just need to put something on the back to hang it, or just lean it up against something. But I thought it came out super cute. I like it. It's actually one of my favorite finishes I've done so far, other than my one Christmas one, or my Halloween one that I showed a couple weeks ago. Okay, so those are my 3 fully finished items to show you guys. And so we will move on to finished. Okay, so these, I finished a third one, but I'm going to show you the 3, and this is from the Little House Needleworks Snowy Petites. I've done 3 of the 4. I'm getting ready to do the 4th one, but I'm thinking about changing a few things on them before I fully finish them, which is why I haven't fully finished any of them yet. So when I did these, I made the mistake of doing it on blue, and like a light blue. So the white is really hard to see. So this one is the most recent one that I just finished. I started this and finished it on the same day. I was working on it while I was doing homework or schoolwork. If you haven't watched my other videos, and why not? But if you haven't watched my other videos, I recently went back to school to get my master's degree in education. And while I've been doing my reading and like videos and stuff that I have to do for school, I have been stitching and reading or whatever at the same time. I know. But it keeps me from falling asleep. So that's what I do. And so I started and finished this the same day. So as you could probably tell, because this is on a really pale blue, the white kind of blends in. It actually shows up much better on camera than it really does in person. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and you guys can put comments below and let me know what you think of this thought. So what I think I'm going to do, and I did it with the house one, and I'll show you that one. So this is the house one. So what I did is I just backstitched around the houses just to kind of pull out the houses. So I'm thinking with these snowmen, or well, snow couple, I guess, because one's a guy and one's a girl. I'm assuming because one has a hat and one doesn't. And they're holding a heart. But I'm thinking about going around the snow people with some kind of accent color. And I'm not sure what accent color to use, actually. Because the ones I did for the houses, the teal made sense because the color inside the houses was teal. So it made sense to pull that to the outside of the house. These, I'm not entirely sure what color would make the most sense to highlight the snow people, which is why I haven't done it yet. I don't know if I want to do dark, because I think that would make it almost too dark. So like the dark brown that's like the snowman's hat, I don't think I want to go that dark. I want to use one of the colors that's in it, but nothing else really makes sense. I don't know. The brown, that's the tree trunk. The green wouldn't really make sense because they're snow people. And I think the pink color would like, I don't know. I think the pink would look weird. But I think I just want to go just like around the outside of the snow people just to make them stand out a little bit more. So I have this one done. I have the houses done. And then I have which way am I going? The Christmas tree done. And the Christmas tree, even though he's white, he stands out pretty well because of the green and the birds and stuff. So that one I don't have any problem with. I think he's fine just the way he is. But I'm also thinking that once I decide how I'm going to fully finish and if I'm going to put like fabric behind them, that maybe that fabric will pop it enough that it will show the white more. Because in certain lighting, it looks fine. But in other lighting, you can't tell that there's white on there. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do with these. I just know that they're all going to be on the same color, and I'm going to finish them and go from there. They're going to be Christmas ornaments, so I mean, honestly, if you can't see them that well, who's going to know? But I think I'm going to finish them. I'm kind of thinking about finishing them into like little pillows. They're not very big. They're only that big, so they're like 3 inches by 3 inches. And then I have the fourth piece cut and ready to go on that. So I'm going to put that to the side with my stack of fully finished stuff that's waiting to be, or my stack of finished stuff that's waiting to be fully finished. Okay, so my next thing that I was going to show you, because I still have some more finishes, this one is one that I started for the New Year's Eve 12 by 12. And the last time I showed this one, all I had was the green of the wreath done. So I finished stitching this while I was doing schoolwork. I like working on these little ones because they're easy for me to hold in my hand while I'm staring at the computer. Because I can like do this and like look at the computer and be able to like read and do this at the same time. I know. Anyway, this one is also from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament magazine 2022. It's from the same magazine that the baking one came from. I can't remember what it's called now. The baking one. So this one is cuter than I thought it was going to be, honestly. When I started, so I picked it up because I thought it was cute, obviously. When I started stitching it, I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to be that cute. But now that it's finished, I actually really like it. And this one is going to end up being a pillow and an ornament. It's a little bit bigger than what I hadn't thought about, but it's on 14 count. And if I had been thinking about it, I totally would have done 18 count so that it would be smaller. But it's still a reasonable size for an ornament, and I think it came out super cute. I feel like there should be like a license plate or something inside here. I don't know. That's the only part that I don't like is this yellow part. I'm like, why is it yellow? I don't know. But it's cute otherwise. So there's that. Let's see. This one, I realized that I forgot to show it to you guys. I found it in the drawer. I was looking for it. I was like, wait, where's my Life is a Gamble? So this one I finished last year, and it was still in its project bag in the drawer, and I forgot to take it out. But I've pressed it, and this is a pattern from, excuse me, from Forbidden Fiber Co. Excuse me. It was actually an entire kit that came together. It was like one of their small ones. So it came with the floss. So it's the Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. So it's called for everything. And it's something apple and raven. And then the fabric that came with it. And it is it's either 16 or 18 count. But this stitched up real quick. I think it took me 2 or 3 sittings because I didn't really work on it straight through. But yeah, I think it came out really cute, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might just find a frame and put it in it. It would probably lend itself to be like, it's too big for a 5x7, but it's probably fine for 8x10. I could probably make that work. But yeah, I think it came out really cute. And I think they still have it on their website. Last time I was looking, I think I saw it, so it should be there. So this one, guys, I cannot wait to fully finish this because I'm so freaking proud of this little guy. This is my first linen, and it's done. It's not fully finished, but it's done. And look at that, the borders lined up and everything. I am so super excited about that. It came out really cute. And let me see if I can get that. So look at that stag, that 1/1 stag, fully cross. Yeah. So yeah, super excited about that guy. I was I was nervous that it wasn't gonna line up. I was super nervous, but it did, and everything's good, and it turned out super cute. Yeah. I have thoughts on doing more. I think I'm going to stick with small things like that, though, so that I can kind of get used to counting on. Because it's fine when I'm stitching it. It's when I have to go long distances to figure out. Because I'm gonna show you one that I started in a few minutes. That I'm not sure about, but we'll talk about that when I get there. So that is all of my finishes. So we did the fully finishes and finishes. Now we are on to whips. So these are the ones that I've worked on that were already whips previously. Everything else, this one too. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm like organizing myself over here. These are new. Yeah, these are new. Those are already worked on. Okay, so this one, I know last time that I showed you this, I was hoping to have it done by the next time that I showed it to you. That unfortunately did not happen. because I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked. So this one is If You Can't Stir with the Big Girls, Stay Away from the Cauldron by Waxing Moon Designs. I love this pattern. I really do. This is like one of my favorite ones. And it's one color, so it's been easy to work on. I just got sidetracked. So this is where I am at so far. So last time I showed this to you guys, and this actually, my new lamp is working really well because it's actually pretty true to color. It's a little bit darker than what you guys see, but other than that, it's pretty darn true to color. So last time I showed this to you, I did not have this part, and I did not have most of this. So I stitched with and girl or gur, and then it was just like the tip of her hat, and then I did all of this and the cauldron. So there's not a whole lot left to do, but there's still it's still quite a bit. But like I said, I got sidetracked. If I had mainly because it's been taking me longer to work on this class that I'm in currently than the one before that. So if it had gone the same way as the one before that, I would have had time to work on this. But since it didn't, mainly because it was in another room. So yeah. If it was in this room, I probably would have picked it up and worked on it while I was working on school stuff. But because it wasn't in this room, I didn't. So, okay, next. This one is, oh, and that was a 12 by 12. That was a New Year's Eve 12 by 12 start. This one was a New Year's Eve 12 by 12 start as well. And this one, I actually have a funny story about this one. So, this one is it's called Scandi Christmas. It's from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament magazine. And this one is like that when it's done. So so all that white is stitched. And I was getting ready to move on to, I think, down here. But so I was stitching on this, and I was working on schoolwork, and because you see those dots, those coffee stains? Yeah. So I was working on schoolwork, and I had my coffee cup over here. I have a little warmer, a coffee cup warmer over here. And then I had one of those, like, travel cups of cookies. Like, I think I had Oreos, like those little mini Oreos, sitting right next to it. And I was doing schoolwork, and I reached over, and instead of putting my hand in the cookies, I put my hand in the coffee cup. And, like, to the point where, like, I had to literally, like, reach in, and yeah, I got coffee on my fingers, and I, like, was like, oh, that's hot. And when I did that, I splattered my project with coffee. It's just two little dots, honestly. It's one here and one here, and it's well past where the ornament will end, because the ornament's going to end, like, in this area. So it's well past that, but I just thought that was really funny. Even when I did it, I was laughing. I was like, what is wrong with me? But yeah, so I put in a little bit of time. Not a lot of time. This was, I think I was working on this last Saturday night watching a movie, I think. And I worked on it a little bit when I was doing schoolwork. Because I picked this up after I finished the truck and started working on it. So there's that. So yeah, so that is another one of my 12 by 12s that I picked up and started working on a little bit for that. Okay. Then, I'm almost through all of the ones I started for my 12 by 12. Almost. All right, next up is this one. I've put in some stitches. Not a lot. This one is not very impressive. honestly, that of the work that I've done anyway. So this one is Bewitched by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And the last time I showed it to you, I did not have a whole lot of stitches in there. This time, so the fabric is from Forbidden Fiber Co. I want to say that it was one of their one-time oops ones that you could get. I don't even know what size it is. It's an 18 count. I do know that. So let me take the little needle finder off so you can see. Okay. So this is what I have so far. Last time I showed you, I did not have, I've added a couple colors. So I did not have any of this blue here, and it comes over here in this way. Did not have any of that done, and I did not have any of this really dark blue here done. So I've added some. I think I worked on this one night. I kept wanting to go back to it, but then I kept getting sidetracked, and you're going to see why I got sidetracked here in a minute. But yeah, so I did put in some stitches. I did make some progress. So there's that. You can start to see her feet coming in and stuff, so that's kind of fun. Okay, so there's that one. And I finally put this in a project bag, and I finally put I'm not sure if I like this, but I put all of the bobbins on here. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it or not. Maybe if I was just doing like floss drops, I would probably like that better, but I'm not. I'm not at that point yet. There. All right, and then my last existing whip that I've been working on. This one I'm so close to being done. This was a 12 by 12 start. Oh, and the bags, these bags are reusable sandwich bags from Grove. And then the ones from Amazon. Let's see. So I can't show you that page. This is from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine of 2022. And this is the pattern that I'm doing. And let me tell you, this moon is no joke, guys. That moon took forever. It took forever. But it looks cool. So I'm so close to being done. All I have left is the bottom part of the tree and then like the branches that come down this way. And then I will be done. And this is on Black Magic from Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy. I'll have it linked on my description below. And I'm using all the called for colors from the pattern, which is all DMC. Okay, so there's that. So close. I will probably finish this one today or tomorrow. I have a project I have to do for school tonight, so that is my top priority. Once I get that done tonight, then I will allow myself to stitch some more. It's my treat for getting my schoolwork done. Because I'm done with all my reading for this class, now I have to do the papers and stuff, and then I have a test. I actually have a test set up for Sunday I have to take, and then I have a huge test set up for Tuesday. It's like a 4-hour test that I have to take. So, and that's the state test. All right. So now we're moving on to new starts. So new whips, and we'll do this one first because this one I'm not sure about continuing. Okay. So this one is, if I can find the cover page. Sorry, totally not ready. This one. Okay, so this one is from Etsy. So this is Nikki pattern, and it is a bunch of snowflakes. I am working on Number 8, this one, is the one that I'm doing. This one here is the one that I'm doing. And I thought, you know what? These are small, simple, little patterns. And I don't know what I'm doing on this, but I will move that. And I'm doing this on linen, or Lugana. What am I doing on? I am doing it on 25 count Lugana. And the color is blue steel. And I went ahead and cut the pieces to do like 6 of them because they're all little ornaments. And I just picked colors because the colors are obviously blue in the pattern. So I picked like an off-white, a gray, and a pale blue that I used. But I'm not liking it. I don't like how it's looking. The counting is weird to me. It's hard because I have to count. There's so many gaps that I have to go through, and there's not a lot of blocking, and so I think it's making it harder than it should be to stitch this. So I might, because it's not a lot of stitches, I might pull that out and do it on a different kind of fabric. I have some 18 count, some up here on my shelf. I have some old 18 count antique white that I might, because I really like these snowflakes, so I might restart that on that 18 count antique white with the called for colors. I don't know. I'm not liking it, and it's kind of frustrating trying to count the way that it is. So I might pull this out and see if I can't use these little pieces of fabric for something else. I got them at Hobby Lobby, so they're not it's not super expensive. So if I end up scrapping it and doing something else or whatever, is nothing in the world. But yeah, I don't usually start something and then not finish it, but I'm really not feeling this. I'm not liking how it's coming out. I don't know. We will see. It's going to go in the project bag, and the next time I think about it, I'll pull it out and see how I feel about it. And if I still feel that way, then I will probably either restart it or whatever. But that is like 2.5 hours of work right there. That's a lot for that little bitty. I was not enjoying it at all. At all. So there's that. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so this one is the one that I mentioned before that I started with my stitchy friend Melissa. We went to the attic together about a month ago, and we both saw this pattern. So, Haunted Mansion by Bendy Stitchy. We both saw this pattern, and we were both like, yes, please. And we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and start it together. And we decided to make it a Friday the 13th start. So we started it on Friday the 13th of January. And she has her color fabric, and I have mine. I believe we are both using called for colors. I think she might have changed one color on hers, the purple, because it was really close to the color of the purple that was in her fabric. So, and I still have a needle. I don't do that very often. Let's see. There we go. So, this is on Merlot from Vintage Needle Arts from Etsy. And I am using all the called for color, including the Etoile or whatever you call it. That is, so the black up here, you can kind of see it shimmer just a little bit. So that is the black. And then the there's a white that is going to be coming in as well for the Etoile. So that's how far I've gotten. My goal and I still have a couple days to do it. My goal is to do a page a month. So I'm almost done with page one. I have to finish putting in the purple coming this way. There's some stuff down here in this area, and then page one will be done. So my goal is to finish a page a month. And I don't know if that is her goal, but we talked about it, and she's like, "Is that your goal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that can be my goal." So I haven't been super, like, because apparently I stitch fast. So I haven't been super focused on it. I've only worked on it a couple times. 3 times, I think. I might take it with me tomorrow to my stitchy group and show her where I'm at. I don't know. So yeah, so that's that one. I have one more new start to show you guys. This one, I've had this for a while, and for whatever reason, I just never started it. And it's a full kit that I got from Forbidden Fiber Co. I bought it as a kit, and so it is Lila's Studio Nevermore. I'm sure you guys have seen this. I've seen it a couple times on different Flosstube channels. But I bought their kit because I liked their color conversion that they used. Because they use their colors, Forbidden Fiber Co. And they have their little conversion chart and everything. And this is my start. So I'm basically doing the same kind of premises on this. Is I'm just working on one page. And so the page in the corner is the like little shoulder of the raven, and then it goes into this tree, which I've almost completed the tree. There's a little bit more, and then there's like the fence and the graveyard like over here. So yeah, my goal is to work on the on this page and get that page done. We will see. Apparently I stitch fast though, so once I start, and this is the fabric from the kit, by the way. Here it is, to give you an idea. So once I pick it up and start working on it again, then I'll probably get quite a bit more stitching done. But that I literally did that, I would say probably maybe 2 hours. I worked on, this was the first thing I did, was this little shoulder of the raven, and then I put it away, and then, because I just wanted to start it. It was bugging me. It was in the drawer. It was fully kitted. I'm like, why haven't I started this yet? And then I did the tree one night. I think that was about an hour, a little over an hour's worth of stitching on this one. So, yeah, so about 2 hours. But it's a good start on it, and I wanted it to get started, so I started it. And that's why I've been distracted and did not finish my Stir with the Big Girls. Okay, so that is finished. Fully finished. My finishes, my whips, my new start whips, and now my plans. So I have some plans. If you watched my last video, you would have seen, I think you would have seen all of this, but not together, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see. I am going to start with this one, I guess, because it's in my hand. Oops, it fell out. Okay, so this one, and this is the Vintage Needle Arts, where I get a lot of my hand-dyed fabrics from, is on Etsy. It is in my description below. And this one is called Lavender Lilacs. Yeah. It's a really pale lavender color, and it is an 18 count. And the pattern that I'm going to put on this is I just had it open. I don't know why it's fighting me. I had one that was fighting me earlier too, and I don't know why. It's like getting stuck. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on it, the Garden of Zig. And I bought the floss kit when I was at the attic last weekend. So yeah, and I think that those are really going to look awesome on that fabric. I think these colors are really going to pop off of that light lavender color fabric. So I have plans to get that started. It's kitted up right now, and I plan to actually start that one. So next time I'll be able to show you hopefully what that's looking like. All right, this one I also showed you guys, and these I want to get started on. I'm still deciding, and if you guys have a thought on this, leave me a comment below. But I'm still deciding if I want to cut the fabric or if I want to work on it as one big piece and then cut the fabric. So I have these guys, the stoneware pin pillows. I have 1, 2, and 3. So there is 21 pillows total because there's 7 in each one. So there's 21 pillows total. And I'll go ahead and show you these. So this one is 1. Then we have 2 and 3. And I really like these. They actually, it kind of reminds me of my mom because my mom collected pottery for a long time. And the designs on them kind of remind me of that. So I got the called for floss, which is the blue raspberry jam from the Simply Shaker Gentle Arts. And I'm probably going to need to get more. I basically got 1 per thing because it doesn't say anything. It doesn't tell you how many you need. So I got 1 per thing, and I know it's not going to be enough. But that's okay. It's going to be a while before I get them all done anyway. And I got these 2 pieces of linen. They're both 36 counts. This one is Silvery Moon, and this one is Vintage Country Mocha, and it's Edinburgh linen, 36 count. And my thought process was, I'm going to start with the silver moon, and see how many I can get out of that one. It's 18 by 27, so I should be able to get at least 1 pack of them on that, and then some, I think. And then move on to the Vintage Country Mocha, because I personally don't care if they all have the same background color. I think that these colors will look very complementary together, and then I'm thinking that I'm either going to use whatever fabric is left over, or I'm going to find another one that is in that same kind of family tone to do that 3rd set with. But I want to get those started. I've been dragging my feet because I'm not sure if I want to cut the pieces out because they are 64 by 51 stitches is the max count. So they're small. And I think it would make more sense to cut a piece out and have, 2 or 3 inches around it. And then I can put it in a hoop and work on it and go from there. I'm not sure, honestly. So, but that is my plan, to get those started before next time. And then I have 1 more. And this one, I don't know what it is with these purple ones. They just do not want to open. Okay, sorry. So this one is stitched some Happy by Hands On Design, and I've seen several people stitch this one, but I super think it's cute. I think it's super cute. So I wanted to get that one and do that one. And the colors that I picked out, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these colors, but these are the colors I picked out, and I might decide to just do like 2 or 3 colors, or well, more than 2, probably 3. I don't know. But these are the colors that I picked out, and the fabric that I'm going to put it on is this 18 count Ada that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It's like a gray swirl. It's called Vintage. It's like a gray swirl, and I think that all of these colors would look really pretty on that gray. And I'm getting a really bad glare off of this plastic. So I think that they would look really pretty on that. And I'm actually thinking, now that I'm looking at it, it just popped into my head, about doing 2 of them. So I would have enough of this fabric to do 2 of them, and to do it like this and like this. To do one with those colors and one with these colors. And I think that would actually be kind of cute to do like a double-sided pillow. That might be cute. That might be a thought. Maybe. Maybe use this blue with both of them as a highlighting. I don't know. This is the way my brain works. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. No, wait, let's do this. So yeah, so that is the other plan that I have. I have one other plan, but it's not, it is cross stitch, but it's not stitch related, if that makes any sense. So I have a bunch of patterns, and if you saw my previous video from last week that I posted of my haul, I was kind of talking a little bit about how to organize them, I think, maybe. But you've seen that I have quite a few patterns. I have a nice little collection of patterns now. And I have some printed ones over here that I just printed over the last couple of weeks that I would show them to you, but they're the actual patterns, so I can't show them. But they're all free that I downloaded from like Hands On Design and stuff like that. And I printed a bunch of ones off of Lizzie Kate's website that are free. But I want to like make a list of all the patterns that I have. So I use Notion right now to keep track of my projects that I have going on, and I actually need to add a couple of those in there. The Nevermore, I think I need to add in there. But I'm thinking about adding all of my patterns that I have into that as well, and putting like the year that I got them, which would have been like between last year and this year, because all of my other stuff would have been in my storage unit. So yeah, but I'm thinking about doing it like that, and that way I can put in the name of the pattern, who it's from, what year I got it, and then when I start working on it, I can just flip it over to a current width instead of a want to do or fully kitted. So that's a thought. So if you're not familiar with Notion, it's kind of like a pre-made Excel sheet, but it's pretty. So it has like pictures and stuff, and you can upload pictures. So like I upload pictures of like my finished stuff, and I can change dates. I can like change it from it's a work in progress to it's a finished to it's a fully finished, and put in the dates that I did each one, put in notes and all that stuff. I got the idea from, who did I get it from? I think it was Frizzy Lizzy. Um, she used it for like WhipGo, but I'm not doing WhipGo. I thought about it, but because of school stuff and not knowing how much time I'll have to actually stitch on stuff and everything, I don't want to do that. I already know that I'm doing a bunch of smalls this year, and that's pretty much what I'm focusing on. And then like so bigger things like Nevermore and like Bewitched and stuff, I'm working on after I finish all my school stuff. If I have time before I have to try to sleep, I will stitch for an hour or so, like in bed, and stitch on like one of my bigger projects, so I can get some work in on that stuff too. But like the little stuff, I work on while I'm doing schoolwork. Sometimes when I'm working, depends. Right now it's super busy for my work. It's tax season, so I'm currently working for TurboTax and for their customer service stuff. So it's been pretty busy, but there for a little while it was kind of dead in between calls, so I would pick up my stitching and work on some stitches while I was waiting for a call to come in. But that's not really the case right now because it's been pretty busy. They just opened taxes. So yeah, anyway, that's my plan, is to get those started, get some stitches done on those, get some starting on that, and to start working on getting my patterns entered into Notion and see if that's going to be a good way of doing that. The only thing with that is that I'll have to figure out if I can access that from my phone. I do a lot of ordering of patterns on 1-2-3 Stitch or like Fat Quarter. But if I'm like out at like the attic or something like that, I would want to be able to access that list so I don't accidentally buy something twice. I really don't want to buy something twice. So yeah, so that's my thoughts. That's my plans. Feel free to leave me a comment. I will respond. I promise. Even if I just like your comment or love the comment, I will respond in some way. If you ask me a question, I obviously will answer. Sorry, I just got like hiccups there for a second. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching so much. If you have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. And welcome back. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Give my video a like. That's how YouTube suggests my videos to other people. Oh, you know what? I was going to say some of the other YouTubers. I want to make this like under an hour, so I'm going to quickly talk about a few of the YouTubers that I have been watching. And I'm going to actually pull some of that up right now so I can kind of say some of the people that I have been watching. So I have been watching Cam the Stitcher. I've watched, I think, all of hers. She's a new YouTuber, Flosstuber. Well, YouTuber too, I think. But Flosstuber. I think that she has like 5 Flosstube episodes out right now. I really like her style and what she has been doing. And I will link that in the description below. And then, let's see, some of the other Flosstubers that I have been watching. Let's see. I have been watching Two Needles Pulling Thread. I've been watching a few of their episodes. They have a few more episodes. I think they have 22, 23 episodes. Let's see, I've been watching them. I have been watching, let's see, sorry, I'm scrolling through some of my stuff here of who I've watched recently. There we go. Stitchy Friends, I've been watching some of their episodes. They have quite a few episodes, 26, 27, 28, something like that. I've been watching their episodes. They are fun to watch. Um, well, some of the other ones that I do watch, um, let's see, trying to find some that maybe you guys haven't seen. Oh, one of my favorites to watch is Sunshine Stitchers. I love watching them. They crack me up. Let's see. And I've been watching what is how do they say their name? Is it Gayron or Garon? Um, I've been watching their episodes. Um, I like watching them. They're funny. I like how they go back and forth sometimes. Um, so yeah, just a few people that I've kind of been watching, and yeah, just thought I'd share that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will the ones that I talked about, I will link them in the description box below if you have not seen any of their floss tubes. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.